G'day everyone, welcome to another set of Alliance War hits in Puzzle Combat with Governor of the Pirate Horde. This time round in War, we've got the Pirate Horde matched up against the Alliance Warriors of the Empire. It is a pretty tight war so far, and projected score margins are within like 100 points of each other at this stage. So hopefully we'll be able to get everything done and dusted and come out with the W at the end of it. But so far, there's 21 flags on our side and 52 on theirs, which is showing that points difference in the scores. War scores, though, are pretty close. It's 108,000 on our side and 112,000 on their side, so a little bit skewed towards them based on the war scores. So we'll just have to wait and see how it all pans out. So they've got one clean left, and then they get a fresh board. Whereas with our remaining flags, we'll probably be shooting at what's left on the board here. So we've got a little bit to go. We've got my 6 flags. We've got one of our other bigger hitters' 6 flags as well. And then we've got a couple guys that are hanging around waiting to see if there's cleans before attempting one-shots towards the end if they have to. So, you know, it's pretty tight, and I think it's going to come down to the end couple flags to see how this one's going to end out. So yeah, we'll crack straight in though from my side of things. So I've got my 6 flags, I've got my 6 targets. We're going to pick on Phanatic here. This, I don't have the translation on me, but him in B1. And then we're also going to grab, where are they? Now we'll probably get Salen, Aerrata, I don't know. We'll grab CAHEK here, as well as picking up Myshking as well. So where's Mish? There she is, or he. So we'll start off with Phanatic, who is the only double, or there's 2 double revivers I'm going to go after. So we're going to start off with Phanatic. So they are using blue tanks. So we're going to go back to some of my more original teams. Some of them there was a bit of crossover between the green tanks and the blue tank war teams that I was using. So we'll start off with one of those crossover teams in Blunderbuss, Double Emma, a Wyatt. We should switch this to sort by power, Wyatt. And then we've also got a Ksenia. So we're going to use our low emblemed Ksenia, I think. Yeah, we'll use low emblem Ksenia on this team. And we'll switch to speed crit guns on both of them, and then dodge gun on Wyatt. So, Tremor tank. So Tremor is always a bit of a... Yeah, if you get some nice tiles and you don't let him fire twice, it's usually fairly manageable. But if Tremor manages to fire 2 times in a fight, then it's a little bit harder to come back from. So I'll just pick up some green tiles onto Mortis, because that leaves me that second set of green tiles. And now I can grab this last green match up here, but I'm going to grab it by making this yellow-purple match. Oh, actually, I didn't think that through at all. I was a little lucky that a green match cascaded in, actually, because otherwise I wasn't going to get the green match on Tremor. Crits on Wyatt and Ksenia, so not too bad, only the 2 crits, but I am missing 1 red match to finish off charging everyone. So we'll get that red match now, and hopefully not have... Yep, good. And so hopefully not have Xavier fire and steal some of my charge. So we'll target Terminus with the first strike from each of them. Managed to get him a couple times. Get rid of Xavier. Pick up. Don't do it. Good. Excellent. And we'll just finish them off with my double emmers. So first one down and done. So you got one of the double revivers. I'm just going to crack straight onto the second double reviving team, which is this guy. So we're going to use probably my other strongest, oops, not that button, this button. My other strongest team, which fails least often, which is that combo of yellows. We'll switch the dodge gun around there. And then we're also going to chuck in our max leveled Hairwear, who's now got a couple buttons, and another Wyatt. I use a lot of Wyatts. White, do I use lots of whites? Because white is awesome. Alright. So, Parvati tank, so not as critical to take her out immediately because being just a healer tank, you do get a lot of turns before anything damaging actually happens, because the dangerous part of a healer tank isn't actually the healer firing, it's the flanks firing. So with the flanks that are there, I'm picking on Night Owl side of things more than I am picking on Heratos, because I don't want that, well, that was the one thing I was worried about happening, was the family bonus kicking in. But the left-hand side with Herato, I'm just a little bit more cautious of doubling down on the burn, hence why I was going after Night Owl side of things more. I was also hoping for some yellow tiles to cascade in, which I didn't get, because if I'd gotten some yellow tiles cascading in on Night Owl, it would have pretty well finished Night Owl off with just the one tile. So get rid of both the revivers in the one turn, which is awesome, and just do a little bit of healing. Now I'm not too worried at this stage, so we're just going to finish it off in a series of moves, hopefully. So just looking to get some green tiles in, then I can charge block one of them, need more yellow tiles, which, there they are. Just a massive cascade at the end, and I might not even get to have another turn. Bang bang, finish with Kusa. And there we have it, 2 from 2, which is sweet. So that's my double reviving opponents that I'm facing off done. There is one other double reviver on their warboard. Well, there's two actually. There's this Disney one, which there's not much damage dealing, but it is dangerous if you get into a bit of a healing loop, because there are 2 healers and 2 revivers. Jocasta does charge increase, and then Ksenia spits out charge, so it can get into a bit of an annoying loop if you don't have charge control. So basically, we're just going to ignore that defense for now, because there's no need. The other one is Kveso here. Again, I could take it out, but it's offering fairly low points for the effort at this stage. So it's got double revivers, but 34 points versus some of the other ones I was taking out. These ones were 36 and 37 points. So towards the tail end of the war, when we have limited flags left, I'm not so concerned about... well, it's pretty much at this stage trying to aim for maximum points per flag. So that's sort of my logic at this stage behind ignoring those 2 defenses, because both of them are quite difficult, or could be quite difficult, but don't actually kick out many points for the effort. So we will keep going. We'll pick up Myshking next. So this one has a Logan tank. So I'm not going to use greens on this ad. I don't think I've actually got any more teams with green in them left, to be honest. Oh, I've got one more at the end. Do I use it? No, I'll hold it for now. Let's use our blue and red team. So that is Shocker and Face Off combining with my second Ksenia and Brock, who are an absolutely amazing combo. They work really well with anyone. And then the 5th element of this team is my 4-80 Anastasia. So weapons wise, we're going to give the dodge gun to Anna. Those 2 guns can stay as they are, but we're going to give speed crit to both Brock and Ksenia. And we're going to kickstart this fight. So a lot of emblems on the Logan tank. So that is a cause for concern, but the main thing he does is he does a little bit of damage, or a fair bit of damage if you're not careful, and then an attack buff. So I've got Brock, who cleanses, or dispels buffs rather. So I brought him along against Logan, because when it comes to it I can clear those buffs out. So we'll just line up this match 4 blue, which we'll pick up now, kill off Logan, and then be able to target and kill him in the next turn, because I'm going to pop this red grenade in the next move. I will... I'm just going to get rid of Coyote, and then I'm going to decide on the left-hand side. The reason I didn't fire Face Off that first time was because I knew I wasn't going to send any tiles to that left-hand side with that match onto to kill off Coyote. So I was sort of just waiting that one turn just to maximise the amount of tiles I could send over at the charge block. So this time we've got a defense debuff, so that will kill off Aerrata when combined with the damage from face off. And now it's just about getting some tiles onto Ridge. Judge, sorry. Not Ridge, Judge. Rock. We'll just pick up some blue tiles. Not quite enough blue tiles, which is okay. So we'll just make the red match, which will charge block again. And pick up the blue cascade. And just whack. And whack. There we go. 1200 damage between the final two attacks. Sorry, I was facing away from the microphone for that little section in there. Alright, so we got Myshking done. So we got Salen, Aerrata, and this guy here. There's my final targets. I'll probably leave Salen till the last because there's no reviver in there, so it'll just be the whatever happens to be left over team. This one we are going to use reds and purples this time. So we've got Talon and Bunny Hop combining with Ridge and Jacosta. And then we're also going to chuck in one of my 4-80 El Coyotes, just for some healing into this team. Pop the speed gun on there, the resist gun here, and the speed gun there. And that should be just about it. So in this one, it is going up against a Tremor tank. So it's not ideal with Jacosta, who does a lot of direct healing, but I did bring also along Talon here, who does indirect healing in the form of her minions that she makes. So that's sort of why some of the thought process there. I do also just hope to be able to kill Tremor off before he fires, but you know, I always wish that, and it doesn't always happen. So this should hit Ksenia, I think. Oh no, Coaster's got more health. That was good. And then we're just going to cleanse off that charge ailment so that we can reset with a fresh set of heroes. Probably should have held that one turn, but that's okay. But we'll wait for firing off Bunny Hop till we've got some poison damage, all of which hit Ksenia, and so this one will again hit Coaster and hopefully finish them off. Boom! So, nice run of tiles, definitely helped in that situation. But yeah, that is one of my newer teams that I've built together. Works out pretty well. 2 to go. So we got Salen and we got CAHEK. So we'll go CAHEK next. This one I'm going to use a yellow and purple team. So we've got 8-bit, Krampus, Judge, Goldman, and then we're going to toss in as my 2 purples. We got Krampus there, and then another Coyote. So there's only one direct healer in this team, which is El Coyote. There is a chance for more healing via 8-bit, but it's not guaranteed. 47, 50, I might switch you over to the Martha and do it that way. Alright, let's go like this. Alright, what do we got? Lots of green tiles, lots of red tiles. There's a lot of yellow tiles as well, actually. They're a little bit scattered, but that's okay. So if I pick this match up, it's going to get me the yellow as a match 3, but on a cascade. So that does do a bit more damage than just picking up the yellow as a direct match 3. I'm going to send a yellow match 3 onto Mirage, which will start charging, finish charging everyone with those secondary cascades. A nice purple cascade in as well, and suddenly we got everybody ready to go. So we're going to target Krampus for pretty much everything. Terminus for pretty much everything, just because I'd like to get rid of him. If you can get rid of the Reviver, do that because it's safer. And this looks like I'm just going to fire Krampus and finish off Termi. Now I just need some tiles to finish off that poor lonely Aerrata. So another really nice run of tiles there with that big yellow and purple cascades in. Cascades definitely help with these kind of war hits. I mean, they help with just about any war hit, and I never say no to big cascades, because they'll always help. So there we have it. We have got the next one done. We got one more flag, which I did say was going towards Salen. Salen is worth 36 points for no healers, or well, no revivers really. There is the healer in Coyote. So I do, this final team is probably my weakest team. And when I say probably, I mean definitely my weakest team. It's a bit of a bitzer team. For this last yellow that I sub in, it's either going to be Terminus or Subotai. I'm going to use Sub in this instance because I want a bit more of that healing rather than Terminus reviving. Because there is no reviver, so I'm hoping that the fight doesn't go long. That's the hope. Whether that's how it ends up being is a different story altogether. So hopefully, between the greens onto a blue tank and some very strong yellows. Greens and yellows are not there. So we got some greens in now and also some yellows, but they're not in the best positions. That big cascade I had to make, or all those tiles I had to move around, has allowed tank to fire, but fortunately it was only a 1x charge, and it did only hit Melter. So there is some armor generation up, but that's okay. We're just going to trigger Ox on El Coyote just to prevent him from firing. I'm going to ghost the yellow tiles rather than matching them directly because I'd rather get the additional damage from the special skill. And then we can basically try to propagate it outwards, but I don't think we're going to get tiles onto the left-hand side there. So that's right. Aside from the bleed damage, which is good. Let's pop some tiles onto Aerrata again, and then we'll heal up using white, and then hopefully be able to still hit Ox. Good, we got Ox, and now we're just going to finish off with some tiles and all that fun stuff. Melter, just get rid of a whole bunch of blues. No yellow tiles coming into matchable positions, but that's right, I can make it in this turn. I'm gonna target Goldman because I was hoping I might be able to get rid of him with that, but not to be, so we'll just keep targeting Goldman, and then we'll pick up some tiles somewhere down the track onto Crockett. So this should now finish it off. Not quite. I thought I'd gotten Blair charged, Ember charged, but I didn't. So this should charge it though, which will finish this battle off. And we have another perfect run, which is awesome. Very helpful to the war effort. Also, been a little while since I managed to go the 6 from 6. So you can see there in the top 10, we've got a lot of high scoring pirates, which is amazing. We've got 6 of the top 10 spots, and we are occupying 4 of the top 5 at the moment. They do still have a fair number of flags to go. They've got 46 flags remaining, so there are still plenty of hitters left in the sheds. So we'll just have to wait and see how they play that out. They do have a fairly fresh board, but with 46 flags, they are going to have to flip it one more time if they're wanting to make full use of them. So, yeah, we'll see how it all goes. They have started picking off what they consider to be some of the softer targets. Yeah, so they're going through those. They aren't making clean kills, which also helps our war effort. So, yeah, we'll see how this one plays out. But really, that's about it from me for this video. So yeah, we'll see you guys all in the next one. Until then, stay safe and happy gaming. Bye.